Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm playing Flames of Fafnir. This is an upcoming game. I think it was already on crowdfunding, but they changed it quite a bit and wanted me to do a preview or sort of a play of the updated stuff. But as always, no disclaimer for this kind of coverage. We just want to help you make an informed decision. We don't accept any money or payment from publishers. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our weekly podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So the big standout piece for Flames of Fafnir, and this is like a near final prototype as far as I can tell, is this giant cardboard dragon that's going to be shooting fireballs, like Fireball Island style, down into this little chute and out its mouth. And those fireballs will be knocking over heroes, they'll be destroying buildings that you and the other players are putting out on the board, and they'll be destroying these palisades. If all 5 palisades are destroyed, then the players lose the game. And this is usually a competitive game where you're trying to get the most glory points by fighting the dragon and defeating these monsters and things that are sitting around. But they have a true solo mode that takes away the competitive aspect, where you're trying to both defeat the dragon while also outscoring this troll that's going to take a turn after each of yours. And that's all we'll be playing today. So I'm going to be controlling the purple character, Fafnir. As far as I can tell, they don't have any different special powers. It's just player color. And to show you some of the key things on my player board. So I've got these 3 resources, soldiers, treasure, and something. I think it's stone. And you can have up to 6 of each, although as you build different buildings, you'll be able to upgrade your capacity and other things. And I use these resources both to defeat monsters and to build buildings. And speaking of the buildings, the cost to build them is near them. Building from left to right for each of the given types, or from top to bottom with these watchtowers. And as I build them, I unlock little bonuses, but I also get to put them out on the board, which is going to hopefully divert or block the dragon's fireballs to prevent those palisades from being destroyed and the village being overrun. I've also got this little lightning bolt thunder track that's going to move around and give me extra bonuses when I take certain actions, the prayer actions. I've got these little eyeball tokens that let me peek at monsters to find out what resources I need to defeat them. And I can level up by getting different artifacts. In the solo game, you draw 2 and keep 1, and I chose to keep the double axe of annihilation. This is how many glory points it's worth at the end of the game. And then when it has a blue title, it's an ongoing ability that benefits me for the rest of the game, unless I have to discard it because you can only hold 5 artifacts at a time. But this one says, while fighting Fafnir, the dragon at the end, you gain additional glory for each of their main tokens defeated. So it's not like amazing. It could get me up to 5 glory by the end of the game, but with the +1, that's not too bad. And we'll have the chance to get more of those artifacts later on. But how the game structure works is we can move our hero and then do one action, and we can do one or the other, so we can move and then do the action, or do the action and then move. We can also freely use artifacts and peek at monsters. Then the dragon gets a turn where we're going to flip the top card of this 5-card deck onto one of these spots and resolve some actions, like them adding these fireballs to their belly, or shooting them out, or just building up fire to burn down the palisades automatically. And then we're going to have the troll turn to finish out the round. Here are his glory points. And again, we need to not only defeat the dragon by hitting them 5 times successfully, but we also need to beat the troll's score. And each round we'll choose one of the 4 face-up artifacts from the offer you just saw. And the higher the victory point value of the artifact we give the troll, the less he'll do. Lower values will allow him to move around and destroy monsters that are near him. And he could also leave these traps behind that, if the dragon ever bumps into them with a fireball, are going to go off and do nasty things to us. Now, depending on the difficulty level I choose, the troll is supposed to have some of these bonus tiles that are going to activate when the dragon's matching card is put out, that have them do even nastier things. But somehow my early prototype did not have that component. Luckily, I can play on very easy mode, where there are 0 of those tiles, so I think I'll be able to get through the game that way. But I just want to say that at the outset, so you're not thinking this is the easiest game ever if I destroy it. Although I haven't played very much, so I still might lose very badly. And just to talk briefly about fighting the dragon, because that is how you win the game once you destroy the 5th one of these columns. A lot of the dragon actions are going to be adding these little tiles to the areas underneath these runes. And to battle the dragon and defeat these runes, you need to have monsters you've defeated. Each monster has a rune on it. And or discard artifacts that have runes. Not all of them do, but many. Or spend 4 of your gold, your treasure. And any of those things will allow you to destroy a matching rune. And if you can destroy the top rune plus any additional rules at the bottom that have been added by the dragon cards, then you destroy that column and you get a bunch of glory for doing so. And whenever the 5th column is fully destroyed, then you win the game. All right, I think those are enough basics to go by. Let's start playing and see how we do against the troll on easy mode. Maybe he'll still kick my butt. I'm not sure. So to start out, I think I want to actually build a building with what's called a deploy action because I want to get some resource generation going. And I see a nice spot for one of my watchtowers right here, which will put it in between all of these spots. And actually here, I should probably talk through the actions. Yeah, you can move up to 2 spaces, although that can be changed by some of the upgrades you can unlock. And that is orthogonal movement, and then you can do 1 action. So gathering is the thing I was just talking about. When you take the gather action, you look at your space and every one of the 8 spaces around you. And if they have one of the 3 resource icons indicated, then you get 2 for each of those that's next to or on your hero. So like if I was right here when I gathered, I would gain 2 treasure and 4 stone. But additionally, if you've built one of your watchtowers, they gather 1 of each resource that's on or adjacent to them. So you can really fast track your gathering that way. Deploying is how you build a building. It has to be on one of the 8 spaces adjacent to your hero. And it can't be on another hero if there were any. It can't be on a troll. It can't be on a monster space. Because even when we defeat monsters, these places are still going to be where they respawn. So you need to leave them open. You can hunt a monster that you're standing on, trying to kill it. You can pray if you're on one of the 2 spaces next to the thunder lines. So this will get you 1 prayer, this will get you 2, and over by the dragon is a 3 length line, or a line of 3 thunders that lets you move farther. And then if you're at the very, very edge of the board, you can attack the dragon once you think you have enough runes to defeat them. So yeah, for this, I'm going to go 1, 2, and then I'm going to spend 1 troop to put down my first watchtower, which also you'll see gets me 1 glory immediately. And buildings also have an effect when they get destroyed by the dragon. It's like kind of a consolation prize. So here when my first watchtower is destroyed, I'll get 1 of any of the resources of my choice. But in this case, I don't want the dragon to blow it up. I'm hoping to be able to get 1 troop, 1 stone, and 1 gold on future gather actions consistently. We'll see how that goes for us. All right, now we flip up the first dragon card, which is, So we're going to resolve these icons in left to right order. This first one means respawning monsters. So if we had defeated some monsters or if the troll had thrown them away, we would add new monsters from the top of the stack. We're going to get to the level 2 monsters now, only level 1 easier monsters start out. Then this means we're going to add a smaller fireball to the dragon's belly. If it was kind of more of a black tinged icon, then it would be a bigger fireball. And then finally, the dragon's going to breathe that fireball. Luckily, it's only the 1 they've added. They won't have any more. But yeah, it's kind of nasty. So no monster spawning. They're all already out. But we are moving a small fireball into the dragon's belly and then going to immediately take it. And this part's going to be tough to show because you should technically see where all the stuff that the dragon hit goes. But in this case, we're just going to drop the fireball in here and let it spit out. The dragon, with some of its actions, can move back and forth between these like 5 little slots for him. And they do that to aim at the palisades they haven't destroyed yet. But yeah, we can get glory if they hit us. If they like knock over our watchtower, it'll get destroyed. If they push one of the palisades too much, it'll be gone. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should move the camera more to the right where it'll actually matter. Yeah, you know, here's all the stuff we actually want them to hit or not hit. So here comes the fireball. And, oh, friggin' really? So if palisades get pushed like a little bit, like they're still somewhat connected to the line they started on, then they don't go away. That was terrible luck. So we're already 1/5 of the way to losing. Great job. I'm not sure how level my table is. The fireball did not make contact with me, and neither did anything else that get knocked down. If it did, I would have gotten 1 glory point. And if I got like pushed enough to actually be in a new space, I would start there. But yeah, I guess I want to build some stuff to try to block any more fireballs, because if you have your own, fortifications in there, then it's harder for the enemy to get through. Now, a bunch of the monsters were pushed, but they just go right back to their spot. They are never affected by the dragon's fire. And this fireball goes back to the supply after it's finished moving. If we had more, we would continue rolling them one at a time. And if you have big and small fireballs, the big ones always go first. Okay, now we get to the Trolls activations. We have to give them the Holy Steed, the Orm of Omniscience, the Hunter's Bait, or the Reinforcements card. And whichever one we give them, they will gain the number of glory indicated there for their final score. It just goes in a face-down pile. But additionally, like I said, they will move more or less and do other nasty things based on the kind of card we gave them. So honestly, here I'm going to give them the Orb of Omniscience, the highest value one, because when they get a 3 glory card, they do nothing. But yeah, later on, if we give the troll like an actual card with fewer glory points, then we'll get to see what they do with it. I will say, by the way, it's a little bit annoying. The only level 1 monster that has the... oh no, that's not even the type of room we need. Never mind. This is the room we need to attack the first level of the dragon. So I guess I don't care as much if the troll destroys that first monster. But speaking of monsters, I kind of want to get some resources to fight with, but I also am kind of worried about the dragon. I sort of want to build maybe a structure in here to have some defense for those parts of the palisade. To go through your options briefly, you can build stockades, which will give you faster movement So the first one lets you move 3, the second one lets you move 4 every turn, and they increase your max number of resources. Pretty nice. Oh wait, sorry, those are barricades. These are stockades. When you build those, you immediately get an artifact card. You can build the watchtowers to gather more resources. You already know about that. And then you can build the bastions, which are pretty awesome because every time you hunt a monster, the bastion lets you subtract 1 from the cost to defeat them. So it's kind of just paying forward a ton of stuff every time. And all those bonuses, by the way, like the increased movement, the increased resource, they stick around even if the building is built and then later destroyed. You get the destroyed bonus. You're not blocking things anymore. But it's not like you lose the bonus that you previously had. So actually, you know what? I'm not going to fight yet. I do want to get this like discount going. So first, before I move, I'm going to spend 1 stone and my last troop to build this here. That seems like it should slow down any dragon fire coming towards those 2 palisades. You know, we have a decent amount of defense going. And then I'll move 2, I guess, towards that spider to potentially fight them next turn. Although I really need to gather probably once before I'm ready to fight it all. All right, Dragony boy, what you doing now? They are doing another small fireball and immediately breathing it. So once again, I'll focus where it matters. Let's see how this one does. And okay. This actually worked out great. Because not only did it miss everything, but look, if it goes in one of these like little villager holes and gets trapped, then it triggers a negative effect. But here it just went all the way to the back. Maybe, I don't know if I'm dropping it too high. Maybe I'm supposed to like put it, next time I'll put it down in the chute and then let go. Maybe that's how you're supposed to be doing it. So it doesn't just like run away crazy style. Okay, now that I know that the troll's not doing... Well, I mean, I don't have to let him get a monster. Look, these are all 2s and 3s. So let's give him another 3. Now, that one's nothing. If I give him that, he'll do a ton of nasty stuff. Of course, he is at 6 glory now, and I'm at 1. So we'll see how things go. Oh, whoops. I was supposed to get 1 treasure when I deployed my first bastion. Okay, I could use an eyeball to see what the spider right next to me needs to be defeated, but I feel like that's not worthwhile because I'm so poor right now that I probably wouldn't be able to do it anyway. So I'm going to gather before I take my movement. So I'm getting 2 for every space that my hero is on or adjacent to. So 2 treasure, 2 stone, 2 troops, and then I'm additionally getting 1 more of each for my watchtower. So I'm getting 3 of each resource, which seems pretty dang good, right? I'm at max for treasure until I build one of my barricades. I probably should build that because moving only 1 definitely sucks pretty badly. But it's okay. Even though it's probably not the rune I need, I am going to move here to be able to attack at the beginning of my next turn. Okay, dragon, what you got? Oh, they're going to try to move to a new barricade, and then they're going to add their first scale to make things nastier. So the movement only occurs if the matching stockade or barricade or whatever it's called. There's a lot of fortification words in this game. But the thing we have to keep alive, like at the front of the village, if that's been destroyed, the dragon will move towards the next one to kind of be aiming their fire more towards it. But here they just stay put. And then for these, they always add it to the lowest number that's on a rune that hasn't been destroyed yet. So now if I wanted to attack the red, which is my only option, you have to attack the leftmost one, I have to have a red rune and then something else. Now, about a third of these are blank, so it would be nothing. Another third of them are one of each of the colors. And then there are 5 more that double up whatever the color is above. But 4 of the 5 of those have a plus on their back, so you can tell. There's only 1 of them that is hidden, and you'll be surprised that you need an extra red, for example. But don't forget that I can spend 4 treasure for any rune. And right now I've got 6 treasure, so if I ever get to the dragon, I should be able to defeat it. And all right, let's... I don't know. Let's give the troll this Hunter's Bane. So it is a 2. So when they get a 3, they do nothing. When they get a 2, they move. When they get a 1, they move and put a trap down. That, again, could be nasty if the dragon hits it with fire. And if you give them a 0, they move a whole bunch. They put a trap down and they defeat for free the nearest monster. None of that's very good. But here they're just moving a single space onto this guy. And at the start of their next turn, whether they move or not, they're going to drive away that monster. And the troll doesn't gain any of the bonuses from driving away the monster. They don't keep its rune or anything. But they do draw a hidden one of these prisoner cards. I also get these when I defeat monsters. And they're going to give you a certain number of victory points. So you are kind of deciding how many glory points the troll gets from the artifacts each round. But they also get a random number from these other cards. All right, here we go. Let's show you what the hunt action looks like. So don't forget, I could, as a free action, spend one of my 3 eyeballs to see what's on the back of this guy, or any of them on the board. But I mean, I feel like I've got so many resources. If I can't defeat them, what the heck's going on with level 1 monsters? So I decide to hunt them, I flip them over, and this one needs 3 troops, which is exactly what I have, but it's all the troops I have. Now, there is also an epic option on monsters. That's what this whole bottom part is. And this says that if I had the most glory of any players, I would only have to pay 1 troop instead of 3, and additionally, I would get any 2 resources of my choice. Sounds pretty great. Unfortunately, in the solo mode, you can never be the highest, even like if you actually are, because the troll's not really playing the same way. So I just ignore this entirely, and I can only do the 3 troop option. But some other ones of these that don't require the highest of a given resource, I'll be able to benefit from. So yep, all of my troops are gone, which kind of sucks. Like, I need to build some stuff with gold, treasure, and stone now. And then I get the monster. So I keep it for its 1 yellow rune until I want to use that to fight the dragon. I gain 1 glory for it being a basic monster. And then whatever that glory value is eventually gets up to 3 as the highest. I draw that many of the prisoner cards, and I pick 1 of them to keep and put the others on the bottom. So this one looks like it's 1 glory at the end of the game for every monster I have that I haven't defeated. Okay. I mean, since I'll be using them to kill the dragon, that doesn't seem very good, but that's how it goes sometimes. All right, now we get to the 4th dragon card. And just to be clear again, if we were playing on a higher difficulty, if I had the tokens, there would be troll tokens on some of these levels. And after the dragon card resolved, the troll would get like an extra bonus. All right, what's this one? Moving. Oh, spawning monsters. Uh-oh, I'm on top of one. And just adding a small fireball, but not firing it off yet. Although when they breathe fire next, obviously that will change. So the movement's not happening, but the spawning is. And if a monster spawns under a hero, like just happened to me, then I lose 1 glory. Of course, now I'm on the monster, but I don't know if my resources are sufficient to actually defeat him. Okay, now the troll sends the spider packing, getting a random prisoner that I don't see yet. And then, I mean, sure, I'll let him move 2 with the holy steed, I guess. Although me being able to move diagonally is pretty awesome. Maybe I shouldn't let him have that. Yeah, here, I'll get rid of the reinforcements one instead. Whenever a card from one of the single stacks goes away, then you redraw from these middle stacks, which you shuffle at the beginning of the game. Oh, and I forgot to say, whenever you take an artifact from the leftmost or rightmost spot, you also get a resource of your choice. Oh, so maybe I should get the holy steed, because getting a free resource and being able to move diagonally is pretty dang good. But since I took a 2, the troll is moving a single space, but not putting down a trap or getting a free kill. And they move orthogonally like me, and they're trying to get to the closest monster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so they'll just start going that way. And that brings it back to me. And note, by the way, that the higher level monsters will give you a choice of which rune you use them for. So here, green or yellow. So they're definitely more powerful and more flexible. Well, what the hey? Since I'm here, let's go ahead and use a free action to see what this guy actually needs. You leave the eye there to show that you can look at them again. 3 troops, which I don't have. Yeah, I figured that would be the case. And 2 stone, which I do have. The epic one would be if I also threw away an artifact, like my axe. Then it would cost 2 less. You'll see here it's 1 less stone and 1 less troop. And I would get an artifact. Oh, it's actually pretty good. But I need some more troops to actually do it, which I could do here, but I'd be wasting so much because my treasure's at max and my stone is nearly at max. So what if I take one of these building actions? I could get the artifact like I talked about, or get plus movement like I talked about. I mean, this one also uses treasure, so I won't overload my treasure capacity. So sure, let's build. This is a barricade. So I'm doing that first, and it's costing me 1 stone and 2 treasure. And these you have to build following the palisade. That's what it's called, the palisade line. So let's do it like, I don't know, like that. Or no, I guess like this would probably be better, right? But now I can hold more resources and I have +1 movement. Do I want to use that +1 movement, or do I want to stay here, gather next turn, and then defeat this guy? I mean, he's still not the color I actually need to fight the red guy in my space, but there is a red guy over there. Now I can move a little bit faster to get to him. Well, yeah. Let's forget the level 2 for now. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to here. Next turn, I can gather as my first action, which will fill up my stone and also get me enough troops to probably kill this red guy. And then maybe I can do the first fight against the dragon. I could have also, just to note, taken a prey action for my action of the turn, which with 2 lightning bolts would have let me move 1 or 2 spaces. You get the resources you pass by as you move, and then you get the bonus from the final space you land on. This one lets me move the flame token, which hasn't actually moved yet, but it automatically destroys a palisade if it advances too far, and would also get me 3 glory. And this one would let me get a free artifact. I mean, that's pretty cool. All right, now we get the 5th dragon card, which is, just going to move. Okay. So weird. None of the dragon cards currently actually move that flame token, so I don't really have to worry about it. These are, by the way, I'm using the dragon cards that are used in 2-player play. The rulebook didn't make it entirely clear, unless I missed it, which ones you use. But it seems to make sense that like maybe the troll counts as another player. Anyway, that's all 5. We don't have any extra dragon or troll cards and effects to resolve, so we just shuffle those back up for next time. And the dragon did nothing, by the way, because it didn't need to move. And then the troll. Kind of want the holy steed. Maybe I can give him this ancestral sword. Yeah, he's going to move 2 towards a monster. And yes, he's going to do a gift and put a trap down, but I mean, 1 isn't too terrible. He puts his traps first closer to the village and then farther out. Once he's placed all 3 traps, then I think he just gains 4 glory each time he would place a trap, so that's pretty nasty. Okay, so he's getting a 1, which means he gets to move twice towards the closest monster. And he places his first gift, and it's going to go between the first lightning line and the village. And there's a few priorities. First of all, he wants to put it on an empty space in front of the dragon. The dragon's facing these 2 lines at the moment. And then he wants it to be adjacent to the most resources, so it's probably going to be here, right? Yeah, so that's where it goes. It can't be placed on a building, by the way. It's like you can't move onto buildings. All the kind of same restrictions for movement where you end your movement. I don't think I said, by the way, you can move through anything like monsters and buildings and all that, but you can't end your move on a building or the troll or another player. All right, well, for me, let's go ahead and enact my plan. I'm going to gather first before I move. So that's 2 4 stone, 2 troops, and then 1 of each over here. So 5 stone total, only 3 troops, that part I don't love, and only 1 treasure. And then I'll move on to the red boy here that has the exact rune I need, and we'll fight him next turn and try to move towards the dragon and get our first hit on him. All right, dragon, just moving again. That useless card, so he doesn't do anything. The troll is not so kind, though. I still want that holy steed for myself. What are these gauntlets of power? Each time the hero ends a move in a space with a resource, you gain 1 of that resource, although I'm not doing that very often. What's Cursed Arm? Instead of moving your hero, you may pay 2 treasure to, deploy, so you could like build multiple buildings really quickly. Well, let's let him move 1, and I guess give him the holy steed. I won't get it for now. So he can move either way. I guess I'll let him go here, just so he's kind of more in the way of the dragon's fireball if that happens. Okay, for my first action, let's go a-hunting. And sadly, this bonus 1 is if I already have a building destroy, which I don't. So I have to spend the full 2 troops and 1 stone, and I don't get the bonus glory. I still will get 1 glory and 1 prisoner, though. All right, so 1 stone. Troops are really not doing great for me. And I get a single prisoner again, a druid. 1 glory for each. Oh, okay, like main dragon thing I've destroyed. Well, I'll get all of them because the troll is definitely not going to help me with that. So that should be 5 glory at the end of the game. That's pretty good. And now I have a red and a yellow and enough treasure to do anything. So there should be no way for me not to defeat the dragon in a second. So let's move ahead to make that happen. We just got to get to this like final line of spaces here. But first, let's see what he's doing. Oh, he's adding a second small fireball and then breathing fire, so he's going to do it twice. Yeah, this time I can't fit everything. All right, so I'm going to place the fireball and let it roll this time, see how it works. Oh, that just cut through everything and destroyed a palisade entirely. Did not land in one of the bonus places, though, but still, that was bad. There should be no way for it to do that again. I've got a ton of stuff out on the board. Let's see. Oh, my gosh. Well, it somehow dodged everything, but the palisade is still kind of touching its thing, so it counts as still standing, at least from my reading of the rules. And it should be pretty hard to knock it down now. It's kind of like, like it's behind my building in a really nice way. It's dodging perfectly. But somehow I didn't get hit at all for the bonus glory, unless I missed it, because I was looking over on this end. And yeah, now my buildings got knocked down. I mean, again, I don't want the watchtower to get knocked. Oh, frick! I forgot I bought that specifically to spend 1 less of each resource when I hunt. So clearly I would have done troops both times I hunted, so now I have 3 instead of 1, but I might not have needed to gather one of those times. Well, that'll be nice. Definitely I'm going to have more resources to hunt again soon. And yeah, now that I remember that, I might even build another one of those. Those things are awesome. But all right. I guess you can put another trap down. I'll give him the Cursed Arm for only 1 point. So he's moving up to 2, but that part doesn't matter because he's just going to stop there and kill the guy at the start of his next turn. He does put down his second trap, so he wants to be in line, but he doesn't want to be in the same line as other traps and next to as many resources as possible, so right there. And you can't end your move on traps as well, by the way, so it does matter. And that's it. Okay, so here we go. It's time. So I just need to be on any of these final spaces, and I'm going to get like teleported backwards after I fight. Okay, and I get to reveal all of these. Oh, it was a blank. Okay, so all I need is a red. And you know, here's the interesting choice. I think I might actually want to spend the 4 gold instead of the monster, because I can hold infinite number of monster runes, I believe, but I cannot hold infinite gold. Yeah, so I'm going to keep my red for a future fight, I think, maybe. Although I guess I've destroyed the 1 red thing, so the only time I would need red is for the 1 single tile in the entire stack of 15 that has a red on it. So never mind. That does seem kind of dumb. Let's just do that. Now, for each tile I actually destroyed, including this one, I get 3 glory. This, of course, isn't worth anything. It means I'm at 5 at the moment, but this is also going to be worth... Oh, that's right. I immediately get that with my double axe. And it'll be worth 1 more for my druid as well. Cool. Oh, by the way, I just checked, and you actually cannot spend 4 treasure for the main rune, so I had to do what I did. I could not have defeated him with just treasure. Oh, and I just checked the rules. I forgot that you can keep on going with a single fight action. So if I had built up like a pink rune as well, I could have continued fighting and like going for more. But since all I have is a yellow, that's clearly not going to be helpful here. So instead I can withdraw to any space adjacent to one of the 2 double yellow lines. What do I need right now? I need pink, which no monster provides. I could at least go kill that level 2 guy, so maybe I'll start right there. And that was my move in action, and they are, respawning monsters. That's actually good for me because I need some more options. And breathing a small fireball. Oh, and a slight change of plans, I think. Look, that guy's a red or a pink, and I need a pink. So maybe I'll run over there and see if I can defeat them. Might use an eyeball first, though. But let's see how this small fireball does. Oh, it definitely hit me that time. What the frick? Oh my god. My buildings aren't helping at all, and these palisades are falling like nobody's business. I promise my table is not like tilted 10 degrees that way to make these marbles fly like lightning. So I did get hit, which I think gives me 1 glory, even though I didn't like move to a new space. And yeah, we got just 2 palisades left, but I mean, they are ultra guarded, right? There's no way they should be destroyed, knock on wood. All right, and I have a fun idea. I can get the troll to move towards the monster I'm about to go towards. So I'm going to give him the Crown of Loyalty for 2 and 1 move. And he's going to start go. Oh, I forgot he had that guy. So first he destroys this guy. Then he's going to move 1. But he did also get a prisoner for defeating this. But yeah, I mean, I think I'll be okay with my discount and the number of troops I have, hopefully. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 with my extra movement and fight this guy. And what do I have? 3 stone, easy. 2 troops, okay. If I get rid of an artifact, I would get a discount of 1 from each, and what, I would get to deploy right away? Oh, now to check, the exclamation point means it's free. Whoa, yeah, we're going to get rid of my axe. I don't like it that much. And then I'll use the 1 discount for the 1 troop, so all I ended up spending was 2 stone. And what do I want to deploy for free? I mean, my second one of those would be great. Another watchtower. I mean, I'm doing okay on resources. This to let me move 4 would be pretty cool. Or one of these to get me an artifact back. That's not a bad idea. Actually, you know what? I just looked, and I am 4 spaces away from the dragon, and I'm about to have the type of token I need to defeat him. So yeah, let's get our second barricade going for free. Would have cost me 2 and 2 otherwise. I guess right here, right? Because we have a lot of stuff we don't want them to destroy over there. And I get 2 glory for defeating a level 2 monster. And this time I draw 2 prisoners, keep 1, put the other on the bottom. Oh, well, that's pretty obvious. Warriors 4, Craftsman's 3. All right, so I've got red, pink. I've got yellow. Oh, I don't have green. There is a level 1 monster right next to me with a green. If I go back and get that, I can probably defeat the guy twice. Although I forgot to say, and actually I forgot the rule, when you attack again, you have to add an extra rune, like just that you have to defeat, that matches the main rune. So I'd really need 2 green. Or in this case, of course, I could spend treasure for that because it wouldn't be the same as the main rune. Yeah, I might do it. Well, either way, let's see what our friend's doing. He's moving. No, he's still on a palisade, so he's fine. Oh, he's putting new monsters in, so I'm going to lose a glory. And he's putting a small fireball in to be ready to shot. All right, what do we have? Red and yellow. I already have a yellow. Yeah, that's not too useful, but I still lose a glory, unfortunately. Control ignores monsters that I'm on. I can give them a 3 where they won't move, or a 2 and they'll move 1, or the dragon's over where they'll auto-kill a monster and put a trap down. So yeah, we'll do one of the 2s. I'm not really doing much thunder actions, am I? So I'll pick this one. So move a single space. That guy's got to be closer, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, so he'll start going that way. Or I guess here will help me more out because he might block a fireball. Yeah, do I want to hunt this guy? I don't think so. I guess the yellow would help me if I tried to go for like a double hit later. Well, you know what? Here, let's put an eyeball on him. See what like their bonuses and stuff. Dropping things all over. Okay, if I have 4 buildings, which I do, I would only have to spend 3 troops, which I have, and I can get a 1 discount. And I would get to do a 2 thunder. It's pretty dang good. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do it since I'm here. So I will hunt this guy. Oh, my eyeball goes away unless I gain a bonus. It lets me get it back. And yeah, 4 buildings. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's just 3 troops. I'll use my discount to make it 2. And then I can move Thunder up to 2. Now, again, the flame token literally doesn't matter at all in this 2-player mode as far as I can tell. But I would get 3 glory from it, or I could get an artifact. There are artifacts that have runes on the back, but none of them are green. Oh, this one is blue. And blue is the last one. I haven't fought any monsters that have blue yet. But if I move farther, I'll get a stone, but I don't need stone. Okay, I'm going to go here just to get this artifact. It is one of the ones on the edge, so I do get a resource of my choice. Definitely going to be a troop. And I'm planning to keep that along with all of our friends here to defeat the monster stuff when I fight the dragon. And I get 2 more glory and either a Jarl or another warrior. 1 per prisoner card. That's definitely going to be better. Like, it's already 4 points equal to the warrior, and it's only going to go up, I'm sure, when I defeat a few more guys to get the last few runes I need. Although at this point, if I did single fights, have yellow, have blue, have pink, don't have green, and then I have treasure. See, at this point, like, if I could just keep on moving fast enough to get to the dragon, then I could theoretically, like, almost win. By the way, I talked about the blue rune, but I didn't show you the other effect of this. At the beginning of a dragon phase, you may discard this to gain 2 glory, and then choose whether the dragon plays 2 cards in a row or misses. The 2 cards thing is because there is a mechanic in the competitive game where you can also not play with this, but you can choose to have a like betrayal variant where you can help the dragon out. Clearly that doesn't work in the solo. Ooh, that guy's got a green over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can have the troll start moving over there and then do nothing once he gets there because I'll have already defeated the guy. So to that end, I don't think I need another blue. Let's give him the elixir of power, and he moves 1. Wait, I forgot to do the dragon, didn't I? Yeah, I definitely didn't move anything. He's just moving, which he doesn't need to, and he's adding another. So now it's pink and something. Pink and something. Yeah. Well, I'm still going to attack that green, red guy north of me, and then I'll try to fight the dragon, and hopefully I have the right stuff for him. I mean, again, that might be a blank. All right, well, speaking of, should I see? No, I mean, I got 2 troops and a discount. I bet I'll be fine. So let's go over here and fight. If I have the most troops, which again does not apply, so I just have to do 3 stone and 2 troops. I'll apply my discount to the troops and 3 stone, but I keep all my treasure. That's nice. And yeah, I don't get a thunder action. I just get 2. And my choice of prisoners, another warrior for 4. Nice. All right, so next turn I should theoretically be able to do the pink and then like double attack and do the green guy. And then I can like hold off with my yellow and blue and try to get to the dragon one more time and finish things that way. Of course, dragon spins some pretty nasty fire. He's respawning monsters. I'm going to lose a glory for being on top of one. And he's not moving, and he's adding a second. Wow, so he might fire 3 fireballs in a second. And just to note, the new monster I'm on is blue and red, but I really don't think that that will work too well for me. Still going to let the troll move and get 2 glory. And he ignores monsters I'm on, so he's actually going to go here, and then I guess he'll move towards that guy next. But yeah, let's do our fight. See what they got. Oh my gosh, getting lucky. Okay, so I just need a pink. Boom. Got that with the monster. 3 glory for me. And only 3 because I don't have that fun axe anymore. Okay, then I'm going to keep on going. I'll use this for green. Then I need another green because it's my second attack. I'll spend 4 treasure for that. And I don't think you get any glory for that, so I think that's just 3 more glory for the one thing. That means all I need at the moment is the yellow that I have and the blue that I have, and then another blue, or I need to get some more treasure. Where can I get treasure quickly? I can withdraw. If I move up here, I can get 2 treasure. Yeah, so let's withdraw to here to be able to run up there and gather. Try to fast track this victory. Dragon moves, does 1, 2. Oh no, adds another one of these to the yellow. That could throw a crink in things. A crink? That's not a word. Although I do have an extra red and yellow, so I could handle many things. And let's give the troll another 2. I'll move 1 towards this guy. Maybe I can win before that happens. I'll go 1, 2, 3, and gather. So I'm getting 2, 2, 2. Then my watchtower is still doing its business. So that's 3 of each, which gets me to exactly 4 treasure. That's really the key thing, because now I've got a wild and a bunch of other stuff. Pretty good odds, I think. Depends a lot on what that is. Okay, dragon's going to respawn monsters, but they're all out. And then, oh god, add a third little one and then breathe fire. This could be interesting. Okay, I tried to zoom out to get everything pertinent in the shot. Fire 1! Okay, ooh, it blew up my building, and it stopped. So your buildings count is blown up once they are pushed out of their matching region, so this goes away. But it didn't get anything else, like that building didn't get pushed enough. And that was my bigger barricade, so I get 4 glory. Awesome. And again, I still have all the bonuses. The watchtower is the only one that is kind of lost when you actually lose it. All right, fire 2! Okay, oh, it missed everything. It almost got snagged here. Now wait, it did hit that trap. Let me check the trap rules again. I forget if they go off when they get touched at all. Nope, it says that it needs to actually be pushed out like a building, so we're okay. That one did nothing. And fire 3. Wow, this is pretty goofy, y'all. Look, it rolled around in that spot. Well, it bounced off the wall, came back, barely didn't go in any of those, and yeah, didn't accomplish anything. Yay! We got pretty lucky there. All right, now I'm about to win, so I don't want to give the troll another prisoner. So I'm going to actually give him a 3 so he doesn't move, just so we won't get the free kill there. Although, I think the game ends... Hold on, I'm not sure if the game ends right when I kill the dragon. Yeah, it sounds like it ends immediately. So actually, let's say that I gave him a 2. Did I have a 2 to give? No, actually, never mind. It was all 3s and 0s, so we'll still do what I did. But here we go. Let's see if we got what we need. Again, all depends on what this... Yeah, though, that's great. We're actually at 3 extra glory now. So look, we've got just a yellow for that, a yellow or red for that. Then we stay. We got a blue for that, and exactly 4 treasure for the bonus. It's getting us 9 glory. Heck yeah. So we're at 30, and the troll's at 0, but not really, because we got to do our bonuses. All right, so I've got Hunter, 1 for each monster. I don't have any, because I think it's remaining. 1 for each of these. I got all 5, so that's 5, 9. Got 5 prisoners, so 14, 18. So I get to 48. And the troll, who again, just to be clear, is on the easiest difficulty. I'm actually not sure how high he's going to score, but he, with a higher difficulty, would have started with 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 victory points. And also, again, would have been doing multiple special actions as the dragon cards advanced. He got, let's see, 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 18. Whenever it's 1 per or variable, it's 5. So that's 23, 25, 27, 29, 31, 34. All right, so we didn't destroy him completely, but we still would have won on easy because I think he starts with 5 more then, or maybe even 10 more, and he would have gotten more from his extra actions, but I can't imagine we would have won on the next difficulty above that. But yeah, there you go. That is Flames of Fafnir. I'm not going to do a full review on this one because, I haven't gotten to play it competitive very much, and again, I think things are still slightly in flux, and I didn't even have all the components to try the different difficulty settings. But I think it's a pretty good time. I think it's fun to have the dragon flames shooting out. I don't like semi-cooperative experiences usually, so I don't really like the whole trader mechanic, but you can choose not to play with that. Although, just to be clear, it is still a competitive game. You're still trying to get the most glory points. But the little puzzle of moving around, putting down your buildings to block the fire while also leveling up, I think that's pretty fun. It feels pretty low luck, besides, I guess, where the actual fireballs go, and sometimes destroying things, sometimes not. The solo mode didn't blow me away. It feels a little wonky, like it might be a little bit repetitive, because besides the troll being nastier, I think you always use the same dragon cards. So, the flame track won't be in play, and some other things won't really matter very much. So I'm not sure I would recommend this just for solo, but it's definitely a good enough solo mode to make the game worthwhile if you're also going to play it with your kids or with your casual group and just have some fun, competitive fireball rolling fun. Because yeah, let's admit, this dragon is freaking cool. And he sure does shoot those fireballs out quickly. But thanks for watching, everybody. That was Flames of Fafnir. And a special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, J. William F., Steve Wren, Pedro Lucas, Miles, KCW, Andrew R., and Chris C. We'll see you at the next stop.